Coming up on the Making Waves VO podcast.
You know, I said, I'm really excited because I'm just starting to pick things up, and I want to post a show that I am. And she basically said back to me, act like you've been doing this for a while. Making waves.
Making waves.
Making waves.
Making waves. Making waves.
Making waves.
Making waves.
Making waves.
Making waves.
Making waves.
This is the Making Waves VO podcast with Kevin Kilpatrick and Bobbi Maxwell.
On a very special Making Waves VO podcast, Kevin talks to Bobbi about what the F is wrong with our industry.
How much time do we have?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just Bobbi and I this time, the Making Waves VO podcast presented by Full Compass, fullcompass.com.
We know VO.
Yeah, and we know VO, Bobbi, you and I, with our combined decades of experience. And we alluded to this in the past about doing an episode that was kind of, I don't know, based on the drama that goes on, controversy, different things like that. And if you're okay with it, I just wanted to have an organic conversation with you about what recently happened on Facebook. And I don't think we necessarily need to mention any names, but it's one of the big voiceover communities on Facebook. And the gentleman that runs it is he's very particular, and that's his prerogative.
He's the admin, yeah.
Yeah, he's the admin. It's his show. It's his monkey, and he shall make love to it however he feels fit. So that being said, it does seem like over the years you've seen some arbitrary nature to what's allowed and what's not allowed. That being said, there's been some things that are allowed by some folks and other things that are not allowed. Do you want to go into this a little bit, Bobbi?
Sure.
Tell us what
absolutely.
happened.
Because I call it the Maxwell nasty came out in me. Where I was texting Kevin, look at this. They're crazy.
Yeah. And of course, Bobbi texted me Friday night, and I'm like, hold on. I've been out on the pontoon. I had a canned margarita, and I need to process all this, Bobbi. Let me get back with you.
That's what you meant.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you did say.
I'm like, hold on.
I need to
I went to Deborah.
review it. Yeah.
Hey, babe, something's going on with Bobbi. She's hot. Woo! She's calling a meeting.
You know how they say, wise people have said in the past, the older you get, the more you don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
So true. It's like before I would have gone, okay, I'm going to stay in my corner. But sometimes you just got to vent, and yeah, okay, let me set it up.
Yeah.
So this has happened before. I love Facebook. I'm on there a lot, probably too much. But I like to contribute. And especially if there's something that's going to get some chat rolling. And this particular voiceover Facebook page gets that going a lot. And when the Al Michaels AI for the Olympics story came out, last week, Thursday, Friday, I saw an article on Vanity Fair. It was the first I saw it, and it was earlier in the day, so it had just come out.
And you probably, Bobbi, if you would, kind of need to reset the Al Michaels story itself.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you handle that way. You can interject here.
Yeah. I just from what I saw, I didn't know about it until you sent me the note. Then I had to do a dive on what's going on. So apparently Al Michaels' voice has been put through the learning process of AI, and they're going to be generating some commentary from Al Michaels, the legendary broadcaster who's in his late 70s now, I feel. If you don't know Al Michaels, his one big signature is when the United States won the Hockey Olympics over Russia in 2000. And his famous quote is, "Do you believe in miracles?" They made the movie about it with Kurt Russell, who played the coach. And so, do you believe in miracles? Now, he's done Monday Night Football forever. He's done football, other football, baseball. He's a legendary sports broadcaster. And so they have cloned his voice with his permission. And they're going to be using it some at this upcoming Olympics. So that's the story.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the where he at the end of each day he'll do a recap, and that will be AI.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's making a lot of money. So wherever you sit on the AI side, we could go on forever with that as well.
So that's the AI story Bobby's referencing.
Right. And it was, like I said, it was a link to Vanity Fair, which is, a reputable place. And I noticed immediately it was declined. And I've had that happen before, and I know a lot of other people have, and they'll ask the admin, why was this declined? And they'll say, we can't get to everything. Sometimes the system will pick and choose, but it'll be up there eventually. So I thought maybe at first that's what it was. And then I got another little window that said, you're not allowed to post links on this page. And I was like, wait a minute. I know for a fact you can post links on that page. So I started scrolling down. And of course, even within a few days, there were links. Some guy was promoting his internet radio station. Link. Some people, whatever. So they were there. I knew they were there. And I was like, So I sent the admin a message. And very nice, like I usually am, ask, what happened? I almost want to read it to you because it was...
You've got it. I think I've got part of it. I've got it actually myself.
Yeah.
Can I read it?
Yeah, I'd love for you to read it.
Can
you do a little Bobby tone in it?
Yeah, let me pull that up. Where did it go? All right, I'm pulling it up, putting it. Okay. Okay. I message it and wait. Oh,
you got to get the first part first. Let me do the first part. And
Yeah,
you can
go
do
ahead.
The
I'm
follow-up.
sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, blank. I don't see a place to send a message on the blank page. So reaching out here. I'm curious why my Al Michaels AI post yesterday was deleted. Scrolling back, I see quite a few linked articles that have stayed posted after days. I saw the story come out and immediately posted about it because it's such an important topic and I knew it would generate some chatter. Whereas a link to someone's internet radio station is newsworthy? I know you can't control them all, but this one is pretty relevant, if you ask me. Actually, I see you have it on your personal site. So you agree. Again, just curious. And then we started getting more comments on it. I think you actually said you had seen it or something like that, and where did it go? And actually, another Nashvilleian in the comments said, "Oh, here it is," and it was the exact same article. It was a Vanity Fair link, and it stayed on there. And I said, I'm going to give this some time to see if hers is taken off too. So then another voiceover talent posted, I tried to post this yesterday, but got nailed, ? You go from there, Kevin.
Let me see if I get this right. And it was,
Deb. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then the admin, so Bobby says, hey, Deb, I also did this, and I messaged the admin. And then the admin jumps in. Is that where you're saying this?
Yes.
And Bobby Maxwell, what was my response? Hey, admin, name redacted. I messaged Deb directly and told her word for word your response rather than adding to the confusion here. But since you asked on this public forum, your answer was, the post has been released into the feed. No explanation on why it happened or why several people tried the same thing and were declined, but another VO posted the exact same link in the comments and it stayed up. I've had posts decline before and wanted to ask you directly, through a message why it happens, but you chose not to give me a reason. Now want to question me publicly? What exactly is going on? Quite a number of people on this site have politely asked you questions before. What is with the attitude? Seriously, I know you're the admin, but you have to be consistent, man. And then the admin replies, Deb Whitner, please explain got nailed.
Yeah.
And then he posts the link. And I think that link was to show that of his rules that said no links are allowed. Right?
No. That link said you cannot basically disparage the admin.
Oh, you're right. That's what it was.
Yes, you cannot put down you can't or the site.
And then Bobby's reply was, please take me off your page. It's not worth my time anymore.
Dun dun! I'm so over it.
And this is one of the biggest voiceover community pages out there. Yeah, and that's fine. Like, and here, I'm going to play devil's advocate, Bobby.
Okay.
The dude can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. It's his page. He started it. He curated. He cultivated. He did all the things. But I like you. I question some of the logic. And it could be that on the regular, on the daily, every single day, he gets these things and people aren't following his rules. And he just, I don't know, maybe just has developed a flippant attitude about it. A bully. Yeah. Some could call it a bullying attitude.
You don't want to miss what's next. Making Waves returns momentarily.
Hey there, it's J. Michael Collins, and you're listening to the Making Waves VO podcast with Kevin Kilpatrick and Bobby Maxwell. Now, back to my lobster.
Bobby, this is a hot time of the year, and it's always a great time to buy gear at Full Compass. And why is this why is it really good right now?
Well, we're excited about this. We have a special code for Making Waves listeners that you can get 10% off of almost anything at fullcompass.com. I mean, who doesn't love a sale? I know I do.
I know, and we were so excited. We got the email this morning from Full Compass, and they said, hey guys, we have a new code, and that code is Making Waves, all one word, Making Waves. Waves without the E, though, of course. It's a great time because there's a lot of VO coming up, right?
Oh, yeah. We did an episode about this on Making Waves, about what's happening this fall and what's happening up until the end of the year. So everybody's kind of doing updates and bettering their equipment. So if you want to find some great products, and they pretty much have it all, and you can get 10% off with Making Waves, the code, when you check out, do it. Do it.
Think about it. You could buy, a $500 microphone and you save $50. I mean, and then with that $50, you could buy some new cables. On and on and on. But I will tell you, it is a limited time only on the new code, Making Waves. And there are a few exclusions, Bobby.
Yeah, it is for a limited time on purchases of qualifying non-sale items, not valid on parts. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Additional exclusions apply. $1,000 maximum discount. And limit one redemption per customer, so get it all at once. Offer not valid on previous purchases, non-transferable, single-use promo code. Call 800-356-5844 for details. Void where prohibited.
That code, one more time, is Making Waves, MAKINGWAVS, Making Waves, no E.
10% off from Full Compass and fullcompass.com.
We know VO. And now, back to Making Waves. Well, did the admin honor your request of being removed?
I have no idea because I removed myself.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, good.
Yeah, I left the group. And I also was a personal Facebook friend of theirs, and I left that as well. So I have no idea. And honestly, I don't really care anymore.
I got you.
Yeah. Like you said, you can't pick and choose what you want to do because of your rules. You just can't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can because you're the admin, but you look stupid.
Yeah. Oh, let me see something really quick. I'm just because I'll tell you. Okay, so the search is still up from when I searched for your name the other day.
Oh, you're still on there. Way to support me, Kev. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, and a bunch of your old posts are still up there, kid.
Are they really?
Yeah, yeah. The
That's
comedy,
funny.
the comedy is, I love that Rob Ryder also posted. Did anyone see that story about Al Michaels licensing his voice for something? And I jumped in on that, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I saw that too, but where did it go? And that's what was me supporting you, by the way.
Yeah. Do you think it was more about the link, or do you think it was more about the discussion of AI on this particular page? Because someone chimed in and said that this person isn't a big fan of AI and doesn't even want to discuss it on their page.
Oh, I'm not sure. It could be that. I thought I saw that they didn't want any links posted somewhere, but
Yeah.
I did see
That's
that.
definitely one of the rules, yeah.
Yeah, one of the rules was also don't disparage the admin. And, you know, and I don't think you necessarily did it. I think it might have been some of the commentary within your discussion that might have been a little bit disparaging. I don't know. Or maybe it was you. Maybe it was you. All day. All day.
Well, it's kind of like one of the rules is you can't, what's the word, market yourself on there. You can't say you're a coach. You can't say whatever. And I understand that because it's just going to open up for everybody. And you cannot post your demo because everybody would do it. If you wanted everybody's opinion on your new demo, you can't. And I understand that. But I also don't understand how the admin will constantly post that they're a coach.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I mean, they're the admin. I know
it's their monkey.
that's-
Yeah, yeah, and but I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I know. I know you are.
But I'm always on your side, of course. But yeah, it looks like all of your previous posts are up still, but it
Interesting.
seems like that one is Gonski's.
Okay.
Yeah, because I see a voice talent's arch enemy, the dreaded tree trimmer chipper right next door.
Is that still up? That was
That's
awesome.
up. That's from March of 2020. Let's
Wow.
see what else is up there from Bobbi. And this is how I envision Bobbi talking. Game show advert post. Hey, this is a scam. Nobody fall for this.
That one's up there like every week.
Yeah.
Not from everybody, which is funny because
And
people are just
then
finding
in
out about it.
February of 2020, you posted this old school poster, our advertisement. Develop a strong He-Man voice. People respect a full-tone, big voice. Add controlled strength to that voice of yours, and people will listen when you talk. A stronger voice may make you more interesting, more persuasive, more poised. But it's the old school guy talking into a microphone. It's the animated thing. I love that.
Yeah.
And then Bobby's comment on that was absolutely free and no obligation. That was posted. No worries. Let's see. Bobby's 'tis the season for travel and pillow forts for us, dedicated VO types. Show
I
us
do
your
not
quiet
talk like that.
space. I'll start. Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Feliz Navidad. That's from December. That's from my birthday in 2019. December.
Oh, it was on your
December
birthday?
18th. Yeah,
I
2019.
think one of the first times I ever posted on there was actually a realtor friend of mine did it on their real estate Facebook page.
Okay.
And it was, things have just gotten so crazy and I can't do it all anymore. It was like, I don't have enough time in the day. So I've made the decision to sell my equipment.
Oh,
And
yeah.
do you remember that?
I do.
and-
And I was reading that. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're killing it. You're doing great. That was a gotcha moment.
Yeah, and then the equipment, of course, was a broom, a vacuum.
Yeah, that was great.
any kind of household,
That
product.
was
But
great.
some people really fell for it. They went, kind of sounds like this is VO or this is housework equipment. It's like, hello.
Exactly.
Hola, soy Jenny Álvarez y estás escuchando el Making Waves VO podcast con Kevin y Bobbi.
But getting back to your post, and I was doing some investigating that night, a little bit bleary-eyed. I was getting tired, but I wanted to see, because you shared with me the actual texts and that stuff, and then I went and searched your name on whatever voiceover community site that was. And your commentary was mostly up there, but the more saucy Bobby was redacted. It was not there. Some of the stuff was there, some of it was not.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't think I took a screenshot of it because I was just going to call you and tell you, hey, your post is still kind of up, but he removed some of that stuff. So
Interesting.
yeah,
Wow.
that's the deal, pickle. But it's all good. What can we take from this? What can we learn from this? Is what? Don't get too caught up in that. Maybe.
Anytime anything like this happens, I have to just take a step back and say, you're spending too much time on social media. Do not let it get you fired up. And the political thing right now is the same way, Kev. I mean, if I see somebody who is constantly making or showing memes or whatever of their stance on the presidential situation, and I'm, if it's negativity, I'll just unfollow them or hide their comments because I just don't want to get caught up in that, and I allow myself to do that, unfortunately, too much. So, so I just need to take a step back and say, okay, put away the cell phone and put away Facebook.
Yeah.
How about you? I mean, do you think that, are there any things in the business like that really rile you up that you just have to say, gosh, this is not worth my time?
That's a good question. What really grinds my gears about the voiceover business? I have done this in the past, but I kind of stopped doing it. But I love people and I'm happy for their success. And this is not whatever, but every time you book a gig, you post it. Every single time you book something, you post it. This is our job. This is what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
It's commensurate with a mail carrier. Hey, I dropped off that package today. Nailed it. Nailed it. I put it right in the box. Or a police officer. I wrote a ticket today. I wrote that ticket.
Best
That's
ticket
right.
ever.
Yep. Keeping the streets safe. Don't know if you noticed this, but I'm a police officer. I am a police. And again, I've done it. But I'm not better than anyone. I'm just trying to say I pick my battles. Like when I'm passionate about something.
Yes.
I did a sports one. Like I love sports. So when I book a sports gig, maybe I'll post that. Or if it's a narration and I want somebody to listen, hey, appointment listening, check this out if you can.
Mm-hmm.
Or, if you get nominated for an award, hey, this is what but every other day I'm seeing people do it.
There's a veteran in the industry several years ago. I think I asked this of her, and I respect her immensely. Randy Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a Facebook message chat about it. And, I said, I'm really excited because I'm just starting to pick things up and I want to post to show that I am. And she basically said back to me, act like you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
By posting like that every day, you're just saying, this is new for me. Whereas if you truly want clients, and that's why you're posting it, right? Act like you've been in this a while.
Yeah.
So I try not to post very often.
Yeah, like pick and choose those, I guess. But or who cares? I'm not neither of us are the be all end all for advice giving in this industry because it's everybody. Ask 100 different voice actors, you're going to get 100 different opinions on
Right.
the best ways of going about this business. And the Making Waves VO podcast, we'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. This is Dave Walsh of The True Tell, and you're listening to the Making Waves VO podcast with my friends Kevin Kilpatrick and Bobbi Maxwell.
Bobbi, this is a great time of the year to save money on gear, is it not?
Well, we were talking about a 4th of July, or it was a Christmas in July sale. Of course.
Yes.
Sales are happening everywhere.
Absolutely. And what better way to save money than on gear at Full Compass, fullcompass.com. You go there, you do your shopping, you do your browsing, and then guess what? You enter a special code. If you call them on the phone, you tell them the code. But the code is
We know VO.
Exactly. You're going to get 10% off almost anything. There's a few exceptions, but almost anything that you buy right now through Full Compass, you're going to get 10% off when you present that code. Enter it at checkout or tell them on the phone. The offer is only good through July 31st, though.
And you get 10% off.
You get an extra 10% off when you put in the code We Know VO, all as one word. Now, it's on purchases, qualifying purchases. It's not valid on parts, cannot be combined with any other offer. Additional exclusions apply. There's a $1,000 maximum discount, limit 1 redemption per customer. Offer not valid on previous purchases. This is non-transferable, single-use promo code. Call 800-356-5844 for details. Void where prohibited. That's the legal speak.
And remember, it's We Know VO for 10% off almost everything that Full Compass and fullcompass.com have.
All one word. Go to fullcompass.com and shop to your heart's content and enter that code, and you should be good to go. Full Compass, fullcompass.com.
We Know VO. Now back to the podcast. Let's switch over to something that's very similar because I just saw someone mention this today. I was on Facebook again. About the awards, nominating something you've done for a voice award. And they were saying, you shouldn't be nominating yourself. And the person responded, but that's what the Emmys do. That's what all of the award show. Yeah.
The Oscar folks
they
have
said,
people pimping for them, though. That's the only difference.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. But, you're paying for it. And it just kind of went back and forth. I would never do that. I don't need to do that. The only people who are interested in seeing that are other voice talent. And I have to disagree there because the Reed Awards are the political awards. And being at the conference this past year and talking to many people, my partner, Christy, is a Reed's Award winner. And they were impressed with that. They saw it and they went, oh, you want to read. So they knew that she had been doing this for a while and doing it well. So it can catch a buyer's ear or eye.
And so, why, I'll tell you my answer in a second, but why do you submit yourself for awards? Is it for that recognition or possibly getting noticed? What is your answer to that?
Probably the recognition. I think, honestly, I think it's just everybody every once in a while. It'd be different if you're constantly doing it and you're doing it in every single category. But I think we all also need someone to tell us every once in a while, hey, you're doing well. And you're very good about that. Thank you very much. But I also look at almost every business out there. I mean, if you look at someone who's a salesman, it's like they're working on projects all year long, but something huge is up and they win those trips to get away because they were the salesman of the year because of this project. I mean, you see it everywhere.
Yeah,
Why do you do it?
It's pretty much the same exact reason. The slight chance of, there's a halo effect. I would believe there's a halo effect of getting nominated and getting an award. And, if an agent or a potential buyer were to see that, hey, Kevin won an award in voiceover, maybe that sticks with them down the road. Or maybe, that big agent that they're trying to get with sees it and they go, or it may just make them listen a little bit more. Or who knows? But it is also the fact, just like you said, that we don't get recognition for our work other than a paycheck. And that's
Right.
great. That's why we do it, is for the paycheck. But we're all creative types that come into this world, and we love getting recognized for our creativity.
That's why they have IMDb pages for actors, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it's to get that recognition and to get the recognition among your peers and competing against your peers. That's a little bit of competition in a way, but it's nice. If you like the One Voice Awards, they're coming up in August. They had, I believe it was over 4,000 submissions last year, and there's supposedly more this year. And if
Wow.
you get a nomination out of 4,000 or 6,000, whatever that number may be, hey, that's something you can kind of pat yourself on the back for.
You're right, because there are agents and there are casting people who are on there.
And they're listening to they're the judges of this shit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, identity, perfect point there. They are the judges.
But I think we could probably do a whole episode on award stuff. But yeah, this kind of episode of the Making Waves VO podcast is just kind of, hey, let Bobbi vent a little bit. And what are some of the things that annoy us in the voiceover world? I'm trying to think of anything else that might annoy us.
At least you didn't reply to me and say, "Are you having a bad day?"
Oh, here's what.
Or worse.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go to you know me, I'm going to go to the worst right away. Oh, Bobbi, you should just calm down. Maybe you shouldn't overreact like that. Are you having hormonal problems?
That was the one.
Yeah. And that's, if Bobbi was in front of me and I was being legit about that, she would have punched me square in the face.
But and another thing, why can men do it all the time and women not so much?
Yeah. That brings me to a point, men versus women. And whoa, you talk about a squirrel moment. I thought about this, and I've often thought about it, and I think I know the answer. But this is a very, very serious question I'm about to ask you. And I know a good part of the time when Kevin says something like that, Kevin is being a smartass and he's about to say something dumb. But this is legit. So I have. Let me tie it into voiceover. I've heard our good friend Rob Reed, and I have heard our good friend Amanda Utter while binge watching this particular show on Bravo. Do you know the show Below Deck, Bobbi?
Yes.
Okay, so I've been binging Below Deck Mediterranean. Like, don't ask me. I got sucked in. It's okay. It's not normally the kind of thing I would tell people I'm watching, but I'm watching it. So our good friend Rob Reed had Harbor Freight had a tool spot for Harbor Freight running in Below Deck of all places, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. And then our good friend Amanda
Go,
Utter,
Rob.
I heard her the other night, and it was I want to say it was for a cooking app or some sort of home cooking supplier or something food related. I'm so sorry, Amanda, I forget. But it was an amazing voiceover, and I'm like, oh, that's Amanda. Anyway, so I'm watching this show, and they have an all-female charter guest. The show is, it focuses on these yachts and these people chartering these yachts that are really rich, and they take them out for a few days, and then it's about the drama with the crew mostly. But these women said, part of our request for this charter is we want our lunch to be served by topless men. and that happens quite often.
Really?
Yeah, and I got to thinking, like, there's no way men could ask for that. I don't think. Could they?
On a yacht with just 6 of them? Heck yeah.
Could they? Okay. So where do I sign
Of
up?
course.
I'm just serious.
You're not supposed to, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's that was the bigger question. Of course, this is a whole can of worms opening up right here. But I've thought about that, and I'm hearing women more and more nowadays becoming like men used to be. And men don't. It's not as prevalent as it used to be because, we men need to respect women more, and we men need to be mindful of how we're acting and be cautious. But now the women are doing it all the time now. But now let me get to what I was going to say. I think because I may be going too deep into this, and this is going to, I'll just say it.
Are you going to hurt my feelings?
No, I'm not going to hurt your feelings. I think I'm going to suggest why it is okay for women to do it, not for men, because.
Okay.
But this could piss some people off, because men are more threatening overall than women are if things were to go horribly wrong. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I
Just
what you just said. Yeah, because if my dog sees a man walk up to him, he's going to growl. If he sees a woman, he's going to wag his tail and go to her.
Okay.
It's just, it's a man thing.
Yeah. And that's, and I know men are going to say, well, why is it okay? And I think that's why, because, but that's changing too, because, I watch TV, I see all these women athletes, and there are countless women that could whip my ass all day long, So, but that's changing too, where, women are becoming strong and powerful, and women are lifting weights and these kinds of things. And I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. But I think that is the answer to that question. Okay. And you kind of agree with that?
I do, and I have no problem with speaking my mind in person, on social media, to a rep on the phone. That's just, And we should be taken as seriously as men are. Especially
when you're sexualizing men? Is that what you're saying? Take us serious when we're sexualizing men.
I know. Topless men. No, men do that a lot anyway. It's hot outside. I'm going to take my top off.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, that was just a crazy, little sidebar moment. Have we sufficiently rambled on enough?
Oh, we could cover so many things here. I mean, about the industry, and it's social media. It really is. People didn't do this 15 years ago. It's an opportunity to go on there and online and just be invisible, or feel like you can say something without somebody punching you in the face, like you were saying before. Social media is bringing out the worst in a lot of people.
Yeah.
But our VO community is seeing it as well.
Well, Bobbi, maybe we'll make a change for the better. Maybe something we'll say. And I do love getting feedback from folks, and we get all the time, we'll get a note in the email, or somebody that I run into out in public at a voiceover conference, or if I'm, teaching a class or something like that. And, we've got so many people that listen, and they are getting a lot of great value out of what we're doing. So.
Oh, yeah.
We're making
But I got to ask you a question.
Okay.
What are you wearing right now?
Oh, my. Well, that escalated quickly. Nothing but a smile, Bobbi. Nothing but a smile.
I just had to throw it in there after that discussion.
Oh,
I love you.
I do not feel threatened, because I could take you. I'll come off the top rope with the people's elbow.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness gracious. Well, great, Bobbi.
Let's do part 2 of this sometime, because like I said, we could definitely add a few more things.
Yeah, things that annoy us in voiceover. Well, Bobbi, let's wrap this up. I do know that we have a summer blockbuster of a podcast coming up next week. It's going to be a summer blockbuster of a podcast. Bobbi, are you picking up on the clues I'm putting down?
I'm picking up what you're throwing. Yeah, what you're putting down. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But on the next episode of the Making Waves VO podcast, we are going to talk about movie trailers. Movie trailers. Among the most elusive and elite of the voiceover gigs you'll ever get, movie trailer VO. And we're going to be chatting with a movie trailer producer, Alex Justinger, I have, I could say friends. I've been friends with Alex since about 2009, and I have watched this dude's career from producing automotive all the way to producing the biggest budgeted movie trailers of all time. And
he's pretty young too, right?
he's still
right?
young. He's still not 40 yet,
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah, I have so many questions for him about trailer.
I'm
Yeah,
glad.
This is going to be good.
And he is so gracious with his time and his energy, and he is a good person for the industry. That is for sure. And we're going to be talking with him next week about movie trailers on the next episode of the Making Waves VO podcast. And you know what? It's presented by Full Compass, fullcompass.com.
We know, VO.
The Making Waves VO podcast is produced by K2 Media Productions with hosts Kevin Kilpatrick and Bobbi Maxwell. Sound design and editing by Jason Traver. Production assistance by Lacey Deline. Publicity and social media by Shannon Scott and Silas Phillips. Be sure to subscribe to the Making Waves VO podcast on your favorite platform. For all episodes, merchandise, gear, and more, visit makingwavesvo.com. Until next time, I'm AJ McKay. Keep making waves.